And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. It has been 26 years since Tejano superstar Selena was murdered in Corpus Christi. And for much of the last decade, her widower, Chris Perez, has been in legal battles with her family. That is, until today. We discuss what this could mean for fans, putting it all to rest. And joining us now from Texas Monthly is Kat Cardenas to talk about this latest episode in the Selena saga. Kat, glad to have you here on The Factor Uncensored.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
So now we're hearing that Selena's widower, Chris Perez, has come to a legal agreement with her family. Tell us what that agreement was and what the dispute was initially. Let's start with the dispute.
So originally, back in 2012, Chris Perez wrote a book about Selena and their relationship called To Selena with Love. And that was about their relationship from his perspective. And shortly after that, he got some kind of deal to turn that into a TV show. And that kind of triggered a lawsuit from the Quintanilla family because they argued that they owned all of the rights to anything with Selena's likeness, name, or story being used. And Chris and his team kind of argued back that back when Selena originally passed in '95, that there was kind of some issues that came up just because she was murdered, obviously, and didn't have a will left in place. And so Selena's father kind of got a lawyer and started trying to figure out the estate issues. And Chris, without a lawyer, kind of signed away the estate rights.
Now, he said he signed away his rights under duress. He just lost his wife, and so he's dealing with that. And he said the family came and took advantage of that situation, right?
Right. That's what he and his team have argued. And he's repeatedly kind of talked about that over the years to different outlets, that he was heavily grieving at the time. He didn't have a lawyer, and he thought that he wouldn't need one because they were family. And that he also said at the time that he thought this more had to do with like publishing rights to Selena's songs and things like that, not the use of her likeness or image or any rights to those things.
Now, when they signed that agreement, Kat, what did they divide? What did they decide? He would handle what, the music publishing or the remainder of it, and they would handle the likeness and her name? How did they break that up, divide that up?
He would receive a percentage, which he had received during her lifetime as well, of kind of just the profits that Selena was bringing in. He would receive a percentage of those profits, and so would other members of the family, her siblings and her parents. And then the family, or Abraham Quintanilla, her father, would retain the exclusive rights to her image, her likeness, and how those were used over time.
Now there is an agreement between the family and Chris now, and that agreement is what, Kat?
We're not entirely sure yet of all of the details. It was resolved between the two parties independently, and the only reason we kind of know about it at the moment is because Chris tweeted out that they were able to come to some type of conclusion together, and it sounded, from the way that he was phrasing it, that it's a positive thing and an agreement that he's happy with. And so a lot of fans, myself including, are hoping that this is going to mean that we're finally able to see Chris Perez's stories of Selena and his perspective of Selena and her life.
So when he initially did the book, did they not get a chance to turn that into a movie, or was it just published? What happened to the initial book where it's about his life with Selena?
Yes, so the book was able to be published, and that was totally fine. The family had an issue once it was going to be adapted into a TV show or movie, because that's when they got into the realm of Selena's likeness is going to be portrayed. And so that's what kind of triggered the lawsuit back in 2016.
Now, Selena's family also went on social media, also saying we've kissed and made up.
Right. And so there's a lot of speculation going on now about with the To Selena with Love adaptation, if that's going to get the green light, because obviously the Quintanilla family has already had their version and their adaptation that they were co-producers on with the Netflix Selena series. And so if it's amicable, maybe we are going to see a To Selena with Love adaptation in the works as well.
All right, we will look for it. Likely we will find it on Netflix or some other streaming service. Lots of outlets now out there. Kat Cardenas with Texas Monthly. Always good to see you here on The Factor Uncensored, and thank you for keeping us up to date.
Thanks so much.